Welcome to FX Options University, recorded live at the International Securities Exchange, the world's largest equity options exchange. Join the industry's top trading professionals as they provide insight and strategies for trading in the currency markets using FX options. FX options are a low-risk alternative to hedging currency moves in any market condition.
Let's see if there are any other questions. If you have any other questions, type them in. John, so you meet right before the opening, is that right? You have a webinar, and then right after the close in New York time, correct? On your site?
Yep, we do. We do two webinars every day. One right after the close, which is at let's see, about 5 o'clock Eastern time is when we do it. So the market's kind of settled down a little bit. Here, I'll bring up my site. If you can see this, let me know.
Yes, perfect. Thanks, John.
Okay. So you just go to, so across the top of the site, there's several categories of content, and one of which is Ask the Expert. You can go there and you can register for our afternoon event, which happens at 5 o'clock Eastern. And then we also have one that happens at, let's see, 8:30 Eastern in the morning. And the 8:30 Eastern, we spend a lot more time on the Forex. It's mostly Forex focused, and the afternoon is stocks and options for the most part. It gives you a good blend, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely, I think it's a great blend. So I just would like to urge everyone, please go and check it out. If you're really focusing on Forex, well, then the morning one. If you like equities, the afternoon one, and I would probably try to attend both of them. It sounds like a great opportunity. John, why don't you just take a moment for some closing comments?
Okay. So let me do that. And in fact, while I'm doing that, let me answer Susan's question here that just popped up. So what do I think about combining a debit call spread with a debit put spread? That's a great question, Susan. There are a lot of ways you can kind of combine several strike prices or the same strike price but calls and puts and things like that into combination spreads. And it's probably, you know, I couldn't really address it. It's a little variable, so I probably couldn't address it thoroughly outside of just saying that it makes sense when you have the right opportunity with currency options. You have a lot of flexibility. So creating a combo, you know, combining maybe a debit spread or even a credit spread or whatever it is, if you've got a good setup that justifies the trade, then yeah, I think it makes sense. So as a pure replacement for, let's say, a strangle or a straddle, I'd be real careful. You know, putting together 4 legs instead of just 2, it does increase your costs a lot. So Susan, the best answer I can probably give you is tomorrow morning, check out prices, write them down in a notepad. What did the combo debit call and debit put spread look like versus just the pure straddle, and then check it every couple of days and see, all right, so what's going on? The one disadvantage is the more legs you add, the more spreads you pay, and the more, generally speaking, the more commission you pay. So that would be the only caution I would suggest. But it's so variable that it's really kind of a case-by-case thing that I would evaluate, which, by the way, kind of leads me into my closing comment. So good question, Susan. But it kind of leads me into the last comment I would make. So I'm quite passionate about the Forex and Forex traders in general, as well as the other capital market stocks, et cetera. And so in the years that I've been engaged as a trader, as a fund manager, as an educator in the Forex market, one of the things that I've seen traders struggle with is that they have a lack of flexibility. The Forex market is oftentimes kind of marketed to traders as, you know, it's kind of the Wild West, you know, very high leverage, in and out very fast, and they have very little flexibility as to how they can construct their trades. It's mostly binary. They're long or they're short. And using options, it's a great way to be able to introduce a lot more flexibility so that as I look at an opportunity, I can kind of line it up and say, all right, do I want to just be long or short, or do I want to hedge a little bit? Would I feel more comfortable if I had a more aggressive risk control with an option? And all of a sudden, I have the entire world of flexibility in front of me. I can really construct it to meet my exact requirements for that particular trade. I'm not constrained anymore. So it really opens things up that until recently, until these became available from the ICE, it really wasn't available to the standard Forex trader. It just wasn't. It wasn't something they could take advantage of.
Well, that's great, John. And just one more comment about your webinar, just so everyone knows the times again, John, every day.
Yep, 5 o'clock Eastern for the daily wrap-up. And we send little reminder emails and things like that so you don't forget, or you can sign in right from the site. Either way is fine. And then we do one at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, just before the stock market opens, and as the New York Forex section is starting to heat up. So we do a lot of like global market analysis in that morning one, so you kind of get a feel for what's going on in Europe and Asia, and that can be helpful whether you're a Forex trader or not, just to kind of get a feel for what's cooking right now in the Forex, kind of get you started for the day.
Absolutely, John. John, I want to thank you. You did a great job in making something that's so complex. Like you said, the option Greeks. It's nice to know a little bit about them, but don't be overwhelmed. So again, that was really great advice, and you just gave us so much information. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Well, I always enjoy this. So, and speaking of which, by the way, the last thing I'll say, I promise, is if you, as a trader, so those of you who've, spent some time here with me today, I appreciate it. So if you have questions or whatever it is, or you forgot a link, or, feel free to email me directly, john@learningmarkets.com, and I try my best to respond pretty fast, so, and can probably send you to where you need to be. So if you did have some follow-ups or something like that, don't hesitate to send me a note.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. And I hope that everyone goes to learningmarkets.com and attends the webinars. John is very, very knowledgeable. He knows a lot about all the different markets, so you can learn a tremendous amount from John. Please go to his site. Thanks so much, John.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you. I just want to remind everyone that Rick Swope will be back with us next week, and he'll be his topic will be identifying trading opportunities using FX options, and then crowd favorite John Person, don't miss it, on August 10th, candlestick and pivot point strategies for FX options. If you missed this, maybe you missed a portion of it, or if you just want to go back, we always archive, so you can go back to www.fxoptions.com and view the archive. We have news, we have trade alerts, we have a weekly outlook. There's a lot happening there, so please go and check it out. And I just want to wish everyone a safe and happy trading day tomorrow. On the behalf of the IC, this is Steve Meisinger, wishing you a safe and, as I said, happy trading day. Please come back next week where we have Rick Swope with us, August 3rd, 4:30 Eastern Time. Thanks again. Have a good night. Bye now.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. Get trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary. Visit www.fxoptions.com. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.